everyone, today I thought I'd film a kind of get ready with me video, do my makeup on one. As you can see, I'm not wearing any at the minute, so I've kind of got this little setup with my mirror and stuff that looks a bit crazy, but yeah, I'm just going to try and film a quick get ready with me in my everyday kind of makeup routine. I've already cleansed with a little cleansing polish this morning, but then for moisturiser I'm just going to use the Roche Posay Effaclar Duo. I just got this a few weeks ago and I've just been using it to see how well it works. I just thought it would be good to give it a try because I'd heard a lot of people like Tanya Burr using it, and she doesn't have like really bad acne or anything, but she said it worked really well for her skin, so I've been using it. But so far I haven't really noticed much difference, and it's not that moisturising either, obviously, because it's kind of to try and get rid of blocked pores, but yeah, I'm just seeing how that goes. So I've used that. I then go in with my eye cream, which is the Origins Ginzing one. As you can see, I've got hardly any left of this now, but yeah, I will be definitely repurchasing because it's really brightening. You only get like a tiny bit, that's all I need for like one eye, and just dab that around. I know eye creams are only meant to go kind of around the orbital bone because there's no pores right next to your eyes to absorb the cream. But with this, I kind of find it in the kind of makeup ways and the brightening, so I kind of do that right next to my eye as well, just to brighten it up. Yeah, a little bit on that side. Sorry if I keep looking in the viewfinder and in my mirror, because obviously I will need to see what I'm doing. Sorry if that's really annoying, but I can't really help it. So that's that. I'll then just put a quick slick of a lip butter on, and this is just the Nivea caramel one. It's just like this. It smells amazing. I can't help but sniff it every time I put it on. I just put a quick bit of that on. So my lips will be nice and soft when I'm finished doing my makeup, so I can put lipstick on. On a day-to-day basis, I don't only bother with primer. I only really use that for like a night time or night out when I really need my makeup to stay. I don't really bother with it otherwise. And on a day-to-day basis as well, I don't use proper foundation. I just use a BB cream. The one I really love is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream. I apply that with the Real Techniques buff and brush. I don't really like this for full thick foundation. I prefer it just for BB creams or like tinted moisturisers, because I think it's not as dense as like the F80 from Sigma, which I love for foundation. So yeah, I use these together. I'll just squeeze a bit of that onto the brush, only a little bit, and just apply it onto my face. This kind of like really lightweight foundation, and it's got SPF 30 in, I believe. Yeah, SPF 30, which is really good. So I tend not to bother with an SPF on days when I use this. And yeah, I just think it's really lightweight and it kind of blends into the skin seamlessly. You really can't see it on your skin once you've applied it. So yeah, that's all blended in. Next I go on to brows, and first thing I do for my brows is make sure they're all straight and in the right direction, and I use this little eyebrow spoolie. You can buy them for like £1 for like 20 of these little disposable ones on eBay, which is what I did. And I just go through them and make sure it's all straight and neat and tidy for going through them with something to fill them in. And I use the brow definer from Avon in the colour Blonde. It's just one of these twist up pencils, and I think it's just really easy, and it's quite waxy as well, so it kind of holds it all in place. So this is one of the things that'd be quite difficult to do without looking in the mirror. I'm not too fussy about how I do this. I just kind of make them a little bit more defined and just go through them. I try not to do it too harshly at the front of my eyebrows because I think that can look a bit wrong. But yeah, I just go around the edges and kind of fill it in the middle. So you can see that makes a huge difference. It looks really strange actually looking at it like that, but it does make a huge difference. Sorry if you can hear the snow and the hailstone outside. The weather is actually horrendous at the minute. They're almost done. And I don't always get them perfectly even. I mean, it's pretty hard to get things perfect, but that will do for me for now. The gel I use is the e.l.f. Eyebrow Treatment Tame. I've had this for ages. That's just like the growth treatment that I don't really think does anything. But this side it's meant to be that colour. It hasn't gone that colour of eyebrow products. It's like a tinted brow gel, and I just go through that just to kind of set it all into place. And on the really lazy days, I do just use this instead of any brow pencil, because it does give kind of a bit of definition and just holds them in place rather than having nothing on my brows. I then move on to eyes, and this was a kind of tricky one to decide what to film for this video for eyes, because I've been skipping between quite a few different looks, and I always do, I don't kind of stick to one thing, but one thing I've been doing a lot recently is kind of this simple smudgy look, so I'll just show you. The first thing I use is a Maybelline Colour Tattoo in the colour On and On Bronze, which is just this colour. It looks like that. You can use this with your fingers, but I like to use it with a brush at the minute. I used to use it with my fingers. And I just swirl the brush in like that, and then I just apply it onto my eyes. This is a MAC 217 brush, by the way. It's amazing, and there's a reason all bloggers and YouTubers use this, because it is just the best brush ever for blending, and it's really soft, and it just does the job really well for everything, I think. So I just apply that onto both eyes. And then that's done. Sometimes I apply eyeshadow, sometimes I don't, like over the top. I think this can look pretty nice on its own and pretty natural. But for today I will apply eyeshadow, and I'll use the Naked palette. I'm just going to use Book Through the Crease, which is the crease colour I tend to go for. I'm just going to use the same brush. Just dab a bit in that, tap it off, and just go around the edges and through the crease. Just to kind of define it a bit more. You don't have to do this, I don't do it all the time, I just think it gives it a little bit more dimension. Do the other side. I then use the MAC Teddy eyeliner. This one's tiny, I'm nearly run out of it. I probably won't repurchase it, it just was the brown eyeliner that I've got, and it's quite hard actually. I think you can get a lot smoother ones these days. So yeah, I'll just use this along the top. I just tend to smudge it along the top so I don't go too neat. It's quite difficult to do on camera. Probably pulling some really weird faces. I just kind of smudge it along the top lash line. This can look a bit messy and not in a good way sometimes, so I then just go over it with the MAC 217 again, just to kind of soften it a bit. And if that kind of takes some of the depth of it away and the darkness away, I just kind of keep going over it and then smudging it again, and it kind of just gives a nice smoky look. Sorry, you can see the fake tan on my hand, that's actually awful. I don't go all the way in with this, I just kind of do it from the middle outwards. And yeah, you're probably really bored of watching us do this now, so I'll just skip to the part where I'm done. Once I've blended the eyeliner all over the top lash line, I then tend to go into the waterline and onto the lower lash line and the borderline. So yeah, I just kind of, I do pull my eyes around a bit. I know you're not meant to, and I know people probably say that's wrong, but it's just how I find easier. Usually with a softer pencil you wouldn't have to pull your eyes around as much. Like the Avon Super Shot ones I've got in the Rimmel Scandalised, they're really soft, so you can just go really gently inwards on the inner waterline. This one isn't as good, so you've kind of got to put a bit more pressure on, and it's easier to just do it this way. Sorry if this grosses people out, but I just kind of smudge it around like this and just see how it looks. It's not that pigmented at all compared to others I've used that are much cheaper. So yeah, that's kind of just how I'd leave that usually. I then move on to mascara. I generally don't curl my eyelashes because I just forget, and it's a step that I tend to skip. So I'm just going to do what I would actually do and just move on to mascara. This is the Soap & Glory Thick and Fast, sorry I forgot to mention it. I got this for Christmas in a gift set, and I wasn't expecting too much, but then when I seen the brush I thought, it's a really nice thick brush, that's something that I would like. And it's really volumizing, so I do really like this. I then tend to roll it on the top as well, just to make that side black as well, because my eyelashes are blonde, so I don't want it to just be, when I close my eyes, have like blonde eyelashes. So yeah, I think that just thickens it up and makes the look a bit better. And then I'll just do the bottom lashes. So I'll just do the other eye and I'll be back. Done. And that's my eyes and my eyebrows done. Normally before I do the bottom mascara, I tend to go underneath my eyes and use concealer, and I use a Raise Paste by Benefit. I'll just do that now and just kind of avoid the bottom lashes. It's just this little pot of concealer, and it looks really thick, but it's really nice for under eyes. You just get a tiny bit on my finger like that and dab it underneath. Like I say, so it's usually easier to do before I do bottom lash mascara. So I normally do all the top lash mascara and then conceal and then do the bottom lash, because then you're not going to smudge the bottom lash mascara all over your skin, which you could do if you weren't careful when doing this. And this is just really brightening and just gives a bit of coverage under the eyes. And it can usually tidy up if I've done like any smudgy eyeshadow looks underneath my eyes as well. It's really good at tidying that up. So that's my concealer done. Will then set that with a powder. I use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. If I'm using like cream cheek products or anything, I will use them before I use the powder, just to kind of get the cream to stick to the foundation, I suppose. But yeah, I'll just go all over and use the powder. I just use this big powder brush, which is the large powder brush, F30 brush from Sigma. I got this in the Mr. Bunny travel kit. I do take that under the eye specifically. I know there's probably like a smaller brush I could use to do this, but I just use this one anyway. I take that under the eyes to set the concealer so it doesn't crease too badly, which is kind of essential and the part that I really need to powder, because I don't want creasy under eyes. In my T-zone, I use quite a lot of powder actually. I know I probably shouldn't, but I do get quite an oily T-zone, so I tend to just do that, and then I just take the rest over the cheeks just to set it all. I know I do actually prefer the dewy look, but I kind of get that within an hour of using the powder anyway, rather than not applying powder and then all my foundation going all off my face, off the oiliness. So I'd rather set it and then get dewiness throughout the day. I then go on to cheek products, so bronzer, blush, highlighter. I'm not really going to use a bronzer today, I don't think, so I'm just going to go in and use this blush. This is the e.l.f. Contour and Blush and Bronzing Powder. If you follow my blog, you might see that I'm on a project pan, like trying to use products up, and this is one of the products I'm trying to use up, and I actually really love it. So yeah, I'm not suffering really from trying to use this up, I really do like it. So I'm just going to use this blush, and I'm going to use the MAC 116 blush brush, which is just this little rounded brush. So I just get a little bit on the brush. There's not much left in this pan actually, but I can see this lasting for ages still. And I tap it off, and I just apply it really lightly. Before, like even recently, I found it hard to get a really like light blush look, because I used to apply the blush really heavily with my brush, but I've just kind of adopted this light technique just to apply just a really light amount. I don't really like an overly blushed face. I think it looks a bit scary. So yeah, I just apply that on the other side. The thing is, you might not be able to see things too heavily on camera. It might look like I'm barely applying anything, but it always shows up a lot more in real life than it does on the camera, so you can actually tell I've put some on in real life. Yeah, it's kind of blended all nicely. And I really like that blush actually, considering this is about £2.50 for the blush and the bronzer. And the bronzer's kind of shimmery, but it's really nice all over. It doesn't really show up shimmery. So I might actually apply a little bit of that. I might just use my Sigma large powder brush again. Just get a little bit of that on the brush. Just a little bit. And kind of contour, not properly because it is a kind of shimmery blush, but I'll just kind of go around the edges of my face just to warm it up a little bit. And don't forget to do down your neck, because then if you don't, your neck will be a lot whiter than your face. So yeah, I just take that bit down my neck, and that little bit of bronze has really kind of made a difference, made it a little bit more healthy. I would kind of go for a nude lip sometimes with this kind of over look, but recently I've been really loving the Jelly Pong Pong lip blush that I got in a glossy box. It's kind of one of these lip stain balm stick things, like the Revlon ones or the chubby sticks from Clinique, and I've really been loving this recently, and it's really long wearing and moisturising and really pretty colour. So yeah, I'll just get this on. Lipsticks never show up for me really well on camera. I find that I can put a really bright lipstick on for film and video, and it doesn't really show up as anything on the video, so I don't think my camera picks up colour very well, because this in the mirror looks really quite bright. Oh, it's not going to show up, but anyway, I apply a pink lipstick or a nude lipstick with this usually, especially because it's not summer yet. In summer I probably apply like a coral, but pink will do for now. And that's my everyday makeup look. Thanks for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, because I've enjoyed filming it. It's been a bit of a change and I've really liked it. So yeah, give it a thumbs up if you did like this video, and don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!